All right, hi, and welcome to another installment of Math Basics with Mr. Besh. And today we are talking about compound probability. And what does compound probability mean? It means we are doing probabilities and are calculating probabilities of more than one event. And what's happening in this situation? You're picking hats out of a box. The key when you're doing a compound probability question or probability question in itself is to make sure that you know what the total is. And there are 10 hats in this box. Sometimes they tell it to you. Sometimes you basically just have to go through here and double check and add up all your components. So now, since I'm doing two things, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be reaching into this box and pulling out a black hat for myself. All right, black hat for myself. So to do this, I need to calculate the chances of that happening. And the chances of going in there and pulling out a black hat is known as the probability. To construct this probability, what I need to do is I need to, number one, count how many black hats are in the box, and that becomes the top of my probability fraction. And the bottom number represents how many things I have in the box. Okay, so now I had 10 hats in this box, so that's going to be my bottom of my fraction. So 1 out of 10 are my chances of picking that black hat first for myself. So now I take that hat, let's say I did it, and I put it on my head, right? So now here is the key to doing this question. I then have to multiply, because anytime you have a problem, a compound probability problem, where you're asked to do more than just one thing, what you need to do is take the probability of each thing you're doing, which are called events, and you multiply them together. So now there are not 10 hats left in this box. There are only 9 hats left in the box because I just took one of them out, the black one. So now the probability of me reaching in there and pulling out the hat for my little brother that is blue, I go and count how many blue hats are in this box, and there are 3. Now that fraction right there can definitely be reduced down to the lowest terms. Anytime I have a chance of doing so, I need to do it first. If I divide them both by 3, I get 1/3. So this is the chances of drawing out a blue hat from what was left in that box for my little brother. Now the combination of picking the black hat for myself and choosing the blue hat for my little brother is the multiplication of these two. So when I multiply my fractions together, I take the top times the top, I put it over the bottom times the bottom. I check to see if that fraction is in lowest terms, and when it is, I am done. So basically how this reads, my probability of doing what is being asked of me is 1 chance out of 30, or 1/30 as a fraction. And this is how you do a compound probability question that requires some dependency, because that second pick, remember, depended upon what I did the first pick. All right. So I hope you guys found this both helpful and informative.